Hi everyone, it's Dan from the Bitrise team, here to give you a quick demo of Bitrise Release Management. In this video, we'll be covering one specific problem. How do you get your builds into the hands of testers? We start in the Bitrise Release Management interface, where we have two pre-configured apps, one for Android and one for iOS. Release Management is great because it allows you to manage both your iOS and Android releases from one place. For the purposes of this demo, we're just going to focus on the iOS app, but don't worry, Android users, your process looks the same. So we'll start by clicking on our iOS app and navigating to the build distribution section. Here we bring together two parts of the equation. We have the builds and then the testers. Let's start by taking a look at the builds. In this tab, we can see a list of all of our previous builds. These are grouped according to versions, and then according to specific builds listed sequentially. What I'd like to point out here are the build sources. So you can see that all of these previous builds have come from the Bitrise CI. Release Management has a native integration with the Bitrise CI, which means as soon as your builds are available in CI, they will be available here. If, however, you'd like to set up a different source for your builds, you can do so via API. We've made it very easy by providing you with a set of scripts that you can simply copy and adjust to get your builds available here. The second part of the equation are the tester groups. We've made it easy to add in individual testers and then put those into specific tester groups. So if you have a look here into our internal testing, we can see that we have one pre-configured group, the design team, which currently receives notifications via email, and there's currently one tester. Let's go back into the build section and get one of our builds to the design team. We'll go into the details section where we can see everything that we need to know about this particular build. We have important information here, and then we have the ways that you can actually share and download this build. So we essentially have two options. One of them is through a private installation page, which you can access if you scan this with your mobile device and log in with your Bitrise account. The second option is to enable a public installation page, which we've enabled here. And then you can simply copy a link and then send it to wherever you want to download and test this app. Before we do that, let's maybe give them some suggestions about what it is that we want them to actually be testing. So we have a what's the test feature over here, where we can add in some instructions. So let's say that we want them to check the new navigation bar. We'll save the changes and then take a look at what our users will see on the public installation page. So here you can see the page. It will look a little bit different on mobile. And you have the option to download the artifact and get testing. As a user, I will then see that I've been asked to check the navigation bar, so I'll be sure to look out for that. Now, so far, the options for sharing these installation pages have been basically copying the link and sharing it manually. We have an additional way of sharing this, which is via the testing groups that we've mentioned before. So what I can do is simply go to Notify Testers and click on the notification to send. So everyone in the design team now has an email with a link to the installation page to get started. Now, if we want to introduce some additional automation, what we can do is go back into our tester groups and change the way that these notifications are delivered. Right now we have it set manually, but what we can do is configure the notifications to make sure that they're available automatically. Now, what we've done is essentially enable automatic notifications, which means that anytime a new build is added, Release Management will send an email with a link to the relevant installation page. So this is a quick starter guide on how to get your builds to the hands of testers. We hope it helped.